What's going on, you guys? Sports on the Diesel back at you here with another episode. Obviously here to talk about Tuesday and Wednesday's NBA playoff action, starting off with the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks as Miami goes up 2-0 in the series with a 115-105 victory here. And the Butler did it, guys. Jimmy Butler, 45 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And then obviously Kyle Lowry being disruptive on the defensive end of the basketball. He did not score well in this ball game, but he did finish with 3 blocks in this game, which was really surprising. But they're making it very tough for Trae Young, as Trae Young has 25 points, 7 assists. But he also commits 10 turnovers in this ball game. 10 turnovers, you're not going to win many ball games if you yourself are committing 10 turnovers. So moving on to Memphis Grizzlies as they tie this series 1-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 124-96 trouncing. And Ja Morant, near triple-double, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists. But they hold Minnesota to under 40% from the field. And Memphis's defense, once again, does it and gets them back into the series as they go to Minnesota for Game 3 and Game 4. There's going to be a lot more to this series because Minnesota has been playing great. They got 3 guys who can easily go off for 20 or more points every single night. So Minnesota is going to be a tough test for Memphis. But it's 1-1 going to Minnesota. We'll see how it plays out. And last but not least, New Orleans Pelicans with a great victory over the Phoenix Suns. In Phoenix, might I mention, here 125-114 here as the series is tied at 1 game apiece. Behind Brandon Ingram's 37 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. CJ McCollum right behind that with a triple-double, almost a near triple-double as well with 23, 8, and 9. The real story is the New Orleans Pelicans shot 57% from three-point range, 17 of 30 from downtown. With Phoenix, even though they lose in this game, Devin Booker 31 points. Devin Booker is also out now with a hamstring injury. He had issues earlier in the regular season with this hamstring injury. Now it's reappeared here, and they're saying 2 to 4 weeks, but I really think 4 to 6 weeks. But them just losing him for any period of time, that's going to diminish their title hopes or even a chance to go back to the NBA Finals, because they were clearly the favorite in the Western Conference to go back to the NBA Finals after a 64-18 season. I mean, what can you say there? But losing Devin Booker is going to be a huge hit for the Phoenix Suns. Wednesday night's game starting off with the Boston Celtics, who go up 2-0 on the Brooklyn Nets here, 114-107 behind Jaylen Brown's 10 points in the fourth quarter. He scored 22 overall. Tatum, 19 points, 10 assists. Williams and Pritchard combine off the bench for 27 points, 9 of 11 from the field. 7 out of the 8 players that played for the Boston Celtics in this game were in double figures. You look at the Brooklyn side, there's a lot to talk about with Brooklyn here. Kevin Durant, 18 out of his 27 points were from the free throw line. Yes, you heard that correct. He didn't even score a field goal in the whole entire second half. He goes 0 of 10 from the field in the second half. And then Kyrie didn't really help either. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, they combined for 8 of 30 from the field here in a very, very disappointing second half performance, or overall performance by Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant at least got off to a good start in the first half, but dwindled in the second half because of the Celtics D. But I was very disappointed in Steve Nash's decision to let the Celtics continue to go on a run in the fourth quarter. And then on top of that, Goran Dragic, who had a 16-point first half, why didn't you start the second half with him? Because he was clearly scoring at will against the Celtics defense. And the same thing with Brown. Brown had 23 points. He had 12 of them in the first quarter. I don't know why they stopped going to these guys, but Steph Curry, 16 points as well. These 3 guys right here combined for 22 of 37 from the field. They shot over 55% from the field. They had all the momentum. They're up 17 in this ball game, and somehow, some way, they find a way to lose this game in the second half. But give credit to the Celtics defense. On to, speaking of people who had 17-point leads and losing them, Philadelphia and Toronto. Toronto was up 17 points in this ball game. Philly goes up 3-0 in the series as they win 104-101 in overtime here behind Joel Embiid's 33 points, 13 rebounds. Maxey and Harden both had 19 points each. The surprising thing with me was I don't understand how Toronto did this, but they find a way to do this. Toronto only committed 11 turnovers in this game, whereas Philadelphia committed 24 total turnovers. So here's the story of the ball game. Off of Toronto's 11 turnovers, the Philadelphia 76ers scored 27 points off those 11 turnovers, whereas the Toronto Raptors only scored 11 points off of Philadelphia's 24 total turnovers. What are you going to do there? Philly's up 3-0. We're moving on to Chicago and the Milwaukee Bucks here, as the series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Thanks to DeMar DeRozan's heroic 41 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 114-110 was the final score here. Vucevic and Levine both had over 20 points in this game. These the three-star players combined for 33 of 62 from the field. Giannis is going to do his thing, 33 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists. Lopez, 25 points. But the biggest thing with Milwaukee, here is that they lose Middleton to a sprained knee, and then they also lose Bobby Portis to an eye abrasion. And what does this do for Milwaukee's chances of repeating or having a chance to repeat and go back to the NBA Finals and defend their NBA championship? It's going to hit them very hard, as Chris Middleton won't be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And obviously this series will be over by then, but this puts Chicago right in the mix here as being as having a chance to win this series. I mean, this series could completely go the other way now that Milwaukee has lost 2 key players like this, and it's very unfortunate to see players go down. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you guys haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all your time. I hope to see all your faces in the next one. Deuces.